Javier Hernandez, thank you for joining us on
Hi.
Deutsche Welle.
Well, thank you.
Let's start by talking about the season so far, both for you personally and for the team. How do you think it's been going?
It's been very difficult compared to the other one. Obviously, we achieved something that the last season we couldn't do it. That it was going through on the Champions League group, no. So now we are in the 16th round. We're going to play against Atletico Madrid, and then in the league, it's been very difficult. I think it's been like I don't know how to say how to explain it, but you can see like Leipzig is he's going over there. Then you saw that last season Eintracht Frankfurt were fighting for relegations, and they are fighting now from European positions. So I think the Bundesliga it's getting much better. All the teams are getting better. All of them believe they have a lot of chances, and we are now in 8th position. So we have 2 games left. Then we must win those 2 against Ingolstadt, and then the derby against Cologne in their home.
What are your personal experiences of the Bundesliga so far? I mean, obviously you've played in England, you've played in Spain. Not many players get to play in all 3 leagues. So what are your experiences in Germany?
I feel very blessed, very fortunate about to play in the 3 best leagues in the world. No, I think so. So yeah, it's been unbelievable, this experience playing here in this country. They treat me very well, the whole league, and obviously this club, that they give me a lot of confidence. So the only thing I want to do is to get them back like good performances, and try to do my best to help my team to achieve a lot of things. And obviously we want to get as far as we can in the Champions League, and obviously in the Bundesliga try to fight for qualify to Champions League.
Let me ask you a little bit about the Bundesliga itself. It's getting bigger and bigger each season, and it seems to have ambitions to rival the Premier League and La Liga as the best and most exciting league in the world. Do you think that that's realistic?
Yeah, definitely. For me, they are the 3 best leagues in the world, and they have their pros and their contras, obviously. And the 3, if they want to fight to be the first one, they need to prove it in European competitions, in buying a lot of good players, and as well to make those 3 leagues like very competitive in each way. You know? So I think they are doing very well. I don't know which one is going to be the best, because for me the 3 are very different. You can see about culture, about fans. Obviously they have their own ways to feel it, to enjoy it. So for me, they're the 3 best, and I can say that I play in those 3 leagues. And now that I'm in the Bundesliga, I think they're growing up very fast, and I think they can get and they can achieve that to be the number 1 league in the world, obviously.
Focusing on the Bundesliga, Bayern have obviously dominated for the last few years. They've won 4 titles in a row. Do you think, for fans, the Bundesliga is in danger of becoming boring?
I don't think so. In Spain, you can see that there are 3 teams, obviously. In the last 10 years, almost know that Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid are winning their leagues, and the league is not bored. And you can see as well, when I was in Manchester United, those 4 years, the league were for us or for Manchester City and Chelsea fighting there for the league, and you can see it now over there. I think that doesn't explain, or that doesn't explain if the league is bored or not, no? Because if one team is doing very, very good, the things, obviously they are not doing it easily, no? That's a good thing about this league, and obviously in the Premier League and La Liga.
When you signed for Leverkusen, there was interest from clubs all over Europe, but you decided to come to Germany, but you decided to come to this club in particular. What was it about Leverkusen that made you want to sign? Because
there were a lot of pros in every part that I see it. There were improvement about the salary, about confidence, about playing in Champions League, still playing, try to fighting for the league, obviously in the top 4, and you never know. You can see what happened with Leicester last season. That gives all the teams in the world the belief that you can fight against the top of the biggest teams in the world. So that's what I look at it. A lot of pros. It was a Champions League team. They bring me a lot of confidence. The league are treating me like if I were one of the best players in this league. So I'm feeling very, very happy, very confident, and very well treated over here.
You've mentioned Real Madrid, and their manager is Carlo Ancelotti, a guy that you know well. Yeah. What is it about him that you think makes him such a successful coach?
Yeah, like you said, he's one of the best coaches in the world, and I think the way he treats the players is a very personal way. No, he wants to feel close to any player when I was there in Madrid. He obviously knows about the competition, about how that clubs make decisions sometimes, and yeah, he tactically and everything. I think he's a very complete manager. And obviously, each manager has their ways to see football and to manage all their squads. No, like I said it about comparisons, about the leagues now, about managers. I've been with a lot of managers, thankfully, and I been learning a lot of stuff about them, because each manager teach you or show you how they want to play or they want to live the football. But for me, I think Bayern Munich is in very good hands.
Speaking of coaches, Roger Schmidt is your current coach. What has he done to help develop your game?
A lot. He's a very ambitious coach. He loves to play like an offensive role, like a very pressing style, and I think that is creating another part of how managers, like I said, no want to play their styles, their football. He's not a manager that want to just sit back and play in counters. He wants you to press the ball, to recover in the half of the opponent and try to create offenses very quick, not very direct. So I think he's been very good for me. He brings me a lot of confidence. He wants me to be part of this team, and I want to show that to him, that I'm with him, that I want to do my best to try to help the team.
At the moment, you're experiencing a bit of a slump in form. You haven't scored for a few games. I think it's 13 games and 8 in the Bundesliga. Have you had to experience that kind of goal drought before?
Yeah.
And how do you stay positive?
Yeah, but now I'm more happy, because last time my goal throw were because I didn't play so much games. So now I'm in this like goal throw, like you said, or I don't know how to say it. But I'm playing a lot, and the good thing is that I'm playing very well. I'm helping my team. I'm not only scoring goals, I'm trying to do a lot of other stuff. So the goal is like the last thing that I need to do it right now, to probably keep playing much better, because now in the pitch I'm feeling very well, that I improve a lot, that I try to help my teammates only, not only scoring goals, if not giving a lot of chances. Like I said it, in the way that the manager tried to play, we need to defend, we need to run a little bit more than other systems. So the last game against Schalke I didn't score, but I think I played really well, and the last games as well. So like I told you, we achieved to get through in a very difficult group in the Champions League, against Tottenham, Monaco and CSKA Moscow. So, and us, I think they were the most like equal group of the Champions League ones, because you never know which team can get through, and Monaco and us, we did it really well and we qualified. So like I said, the goals are going to come sooner or later, hopefully sooner than later, obviously, because I think even the goalkeepers love to when they score one goal, because I'm not going to lie, this is what this sport is about. But of course, the most important thing is that I'm playing well. I'm not playing bad and not scoring goals. That will be more serious and I will be more worried. But thankfully, I'm playing very well. I think I'm in a good form, and then the goals are going to come.
You've spent much of your career as a substitute, as you mentioned just there, and in England you were considered a super sub, so it's great that you were considered super, but obviously not so great that you were a sub so often. How do you feel now that you're playing every week, you're starting games? Is it a different type of pressure?
No, for me it's the same, because I want to do my best. If I got 1 minute or 15 minutes, and the best thing about my career is my best moments about football are when I start in the games. And obviously, in some of the games, they say I change the game, I enter, I score goals, but those aren't the best memories that I got of the best things that I did in Manchester United. I play a final of Champions League. Unfortunately, we didn't win it. In the two Premier Leagues that I won, in the one I scored 20 and the other one I scored 19 goals, and most of them starting with Robin or with Rooney or with Danny. So that's a good thing. For me, I'm not and I wasn't the super. So for me, I was just Chicharito. That I want to prove that if I can do it in 15 minutes, that thing I can do it much better with 90 minutes, and that's the thing that I see it here. Obviously, every footballer around the world want to play as much games as they can, but they only start 11 and you have a squad of 25. It's normal that sometimes the trainer are gonna decide it fair or unfairly, that he prefer another player than you. So that's part of this job, of this lovely sport. But like I said, I'm very happy. The pressure for me, and really I don't feel so many pressure. What I feel is motivation, because I want to do my best. I want to keep enjoying this sport that I love so much.
One of your most famous goals was when you scored for Real Madrid against Atletico, of course, in the Champions League, 88th minute, amazing moment. What were your thoughts when you saw Leverkusen will play Atletico again in the Champions League?
You know, it's very different, no? Because of course it's one of the best teams in Europe. They've been in two Champions League final in the last years, and as well they won the La Liga. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember well. And of course, in I think all the teams in all the draws, they want to expect some teams to play, no? And obviously, you want to get as far as you can. You need to play against the best teams in the world. It's the best competitions about clubs around the world. So yeah, when I saw that we were going to play Atletico, it's like we have a very important, a very good challenge. And for Bayer Leverkusen as well, they have like a type of a little bit of revenge. You know, they were almost through, instead of playing us in Madrid against Atletico, against them, we could play against Bayer Leverkusen, because they, in the last game in the Calderón, they beat Bayer Leverkusen by penalty, so they were very close. So they have like another opportunity to try to beat them, and that's the only way I'm seeing. Now we're going to play against one of the best clubs in Europe, and thankfully we can do 2 very good performances and then get through, and then we'll see.
Let's talk a little bit about your own situation at Leverkusen. Your contract expires in 2018. Have you spoken to the club about extending that deal? What are you thinking about that?
Well, I think the club and myself, we are more interested in try to be better in the Bundesliga. And like I said, it was a very intense months because we really wanted to get through. No, we felt like last year we were very close to qualify in one of the most difficult groups, no, against Roma, Barcelona, and Bate. No, and we were just 1 goal to achieve that. No, and we are very like focus in that. And obviously, I don't know in the future we're going to speak or not. Now we're going to try to beat Ingolstadt and try to beat Cologne in these 2 last matches. Then we have a very good break, and then getting back, you never know. We'll see. We're going to speak. Of course, I'm very happy, and I think they're very happy with me here. So, like I said it, I'm not a guy to say yes or no, because in the future you can see in my last, well, now I play 1 year here and I stay, but in my last 3 years I changed of teams in the last moment, and I changed of teams by other circumstances, but you never know. I'm very happy here. I'm very glad in the way they treat me, and I think I'm trying to do my best to make them feel the same way they make me feel.
But have you sat down with the club yet?
Not yet.
Spoken
No,
about
not yet.
No. Okay. There's been a lot of talk about a return to the Premier League. Liverpool and Tottenham are both apparently interested in you. Would you ever consider going back to England? First
of all, if those rumours are true, I appreciate the interest about the clubs, because you always know the press is a little bit like cheeky in that part. No, they sometimes just want to put names over there to make pressure, or to make the manager in that moment to feel that they needed to buy somebody or something like that. No, so like I said, if it's true, I feel very glad that 2 of the best teams in Europe want my services. No, but like I said, you never know. I never imagined to be playing in Manchester United, Real Madrid, and now Bayer Leverkusen, and being playing 2 World Cups with a national team. I'm just living my present. Of course, try to do my best so my future could be better now. So that's the only thing that I have in my mind. Now it's Ingolstadt. I want to play as best as I can, to keep improving by a footballer, and as well by a professional too, because as well outside of my country, living now 7 years now 4 in UK, 1 in Spain, and now almost 2 in 1.5 in Germany. That gives you like another perspective about life. You live in different countries, about the culture, about everything. So that's the thing is in my mind. If I will return or not in the Premier League or La Liga or Mexico, I really don't know.
That's all of my questions. We've put out some posts this week on Facebook and Twitter, and we've had so many questions for you. It's going to be quite difficult to narrow them down, but okay. I'm going to try and do so. One of our Facebook fans has asked you, are you thinking about a return to Chivas at the end of your career?
That's one question that they're making a lot, because the owner of Chivas, I think the last month or last 2 months or last weeks, I don't remember pretty accurate, but he said that I will go and retire over there. And obviously it's my club, it's my hometown club. I grown up over there. They give me everything, and I try to give them back everything as well. They, in a footballistic and a personal way, they create me. No, they develop me. They give me all my tools to try to be a better person and a better professional. I love that team. I would love to see them get champions. And of course, if the circumstances and everything goes well, probably, of course, if I return to Mexico, my first options will be Chivas 100%. But like I said, if we were speaking about Premier Leagues and other clubs that I really don't know, like I said, I don't know if I'm going back to my country or to England or to La Liga or go to another league. I don't know. Now I'm playing for Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga, and I'm very happy. They treat me very well, and that's the only thing that I can say.
Another Facebook question. What's the best goal you've ever scored?
That's a very tricky one, because for me, each goal is very important, because each goal makes me feel very well and makes me feel like I'm in a good way, that I'm achieving the dreams I always dreamed, And I think, because for example, for Manchester United, I can tell you one goal. For Real Madrid, another one. For my national team, another one.
Okay, let's do that then.
It's like
let's do one from each club.
For Real Madrid, that one against Atletico de Madrid, to start in the best game for the club in that moment, in a derby, it was very important for me, and I played really well, and I finished that game scoring one goal, and that helped us to get through against Juventus. Then Manchester United, I have a lot really, but one that I remember always, because that was a key moment, is when we beat Chelsea at home at Old Trafford, and I scored in the 32 seconds after starting the game. Then for Bayer Leverkusen, I will say my first goal here, because that brings me like a very lot of confidence to
in the Champions League, right?
Yeah, of course, in the Champions League against Bate, and that helped me a lot. And in my national team, the one that I'm going to say is, of course, the 3 goals I scored in the World Cup, but the first one against France, that was the opening in that game against one of the best national teams in the world, and that helped us to get through in that group. And obviously, because my granddad, when he played the World Cup of, I don't remember if it's Sweden or Switzerland, 54, he scored against France as well. So it was like a very special moment for my family.
A question on Twitter that we had: who is the most difficult defender you faced in the Bundesliga?
In the Bundesliga? Boateng, I will say. Okay. Boateng, yeah, Jerome.
That's good. And another one, this was a Facebook question. What do you miss most about Mexico in the German winter?
The warmth of my family and my friends, all my small circle around me, that most of them live there, the 99%, and I miss them. That's what I miss most, to be with my whole family, to spend time with my friends and to all of them.
Cool. Right, so we want to end with your European team of the year.
I want to tell you the best European team, the best European Mexican team around the world. Definitely, I will go with my good friends over there. It's one missing. I was thinking right now, it's one missing because we are 12 that we're playing in Europe. But I will tell you, our goalkeeper, Guillermo Ochoa, he's playing on Granada. Then my right back is going to be Diego Reyes, he's playing in Espanyol in Spain. My center backs are Carlos Salcedo, that he's playing in Fiorentina. Then Hector Moreno, he's playing on PSV. And left back is Miguel Ayun, that's playing in Porto.
You're cheating.
No, because it's my best team. That's what I need to say to all of them. To look at Mexican, that's what we wanted, not to be hear it, and not only me or not only players, all of them are playing over there, they're doing very well. They are important players, most of them in their clubs. You see Raúl in Benfica, you see in Porto there are 3 players.
Okay, give us your midfield then.
Yeah, my 2 midfielders are Andrés Guardado in PSV and Héctor Herrera in Porto. My right wing is Carlos Vela, he's playing in Real Sociedad, they're doing perfectly. Then my left wing is Jesus Corona, and my 2 strikers are Chicharito Hernández and Raúl Jiménez. And in the bench, my first substitute is Jonathan Dos Santos, he's playing on Villarreal.
Okay, thanks.
That's my best European team of the year.